We deserve to enjoy our victory. But soon enough, it's gonna be time to get back to work.
Hi everyone, today I will show you how it's possible to complete nearly every main quest from each faction and reach an ending with the Minutemen while still aligned with the Brotherhood of Steel and the Railroad. I've placed timestamps as well as additional notes and links to related videos in the description below. Now I will show you all the quests that I completed up until this point, and I do hope that you can use it to your advantage during your own playthrough. For ease of reference, I will leave a list of all the main quests in the description below. Later on in the video, I will visit both the Brotherhood of Steel and the Railroad so that you can get a better idea of what the world looks like after this ending. Then I will show you some of my recommendations for what to do before leaving the Institute, as well as my 2 recommended methods on how to get banished. There are many benefits to reaching this ending, and I will briefly mention some of them later on as well. If you'd like to skip to a different part in the video, feel free to use the timestamps located in the description. If you haven't progressed very far into the game, or haven't discovered the Institute specifically, there will be some spoilers ahead, but I have tried my best to keep them as minimal as possible. Now, the most obvious benefit of reaching this ending in this manner is that you'll still be aligned with both the Brotherhood of Steel and the Railroad. Now, if we take a look here, you can see that I'm standing in front of Liberty Prime. No one is attacking us, and as you will later see, we can still interact with many of the members and receive side quests as we did before the ending. Now, to show you exactly what I mean, let's make our way to the Pridwin and speak with Proctor Ingram and Captain Kells.
And just like that, the Institute was gone in a puff of smoke. Thanks to the Minutemen. Engine turbines.
Proctor Ingram?
So, any other tricks up your sleeve besides making the Institute disappear?
Got anything particular in mind?
If you ask me, I think you've done more than enough. Now, I'm not so sure using the Minutemen to do the deed was the best idea, but you got the job done. And in my book, that's what really counts. Anyway, I'm not here to talk your ear off. Maxson's informed me that you're continuing your tour aboard the Pridwin, so I was hoping you could assist me with a long-term problem. Keeping the Pridwin hovering like this is putting a tremendous strain on the ship's propulsion systems. I can stay ahead of the repairs, and we have plenty of fuel to keep the fusion reaction sustained, but we're short on reactor coolant.
I'll be on the lookout. Don't worry.
Well, you can look all you want. You're not gonna find cans of the stuff laying around the Commonwealth. Here, take this list. It details exactly what you need to make a can of this special coolant. Find the materials, whip some of it up at any of the chemistry stations on the ship, and bring them to me. Pretty simple. If the coolant's good, then I'll even pay you for it, as per our retrieval compensation policy. Anyway, I guess that's it for now. Good luck.
If you'd like to see other Brotherhood of Steel conversations after this ending, I have a video dedicated to that, which you can find in the description below. Maxson is the one exception and won't have anything interesting to say.
Sir,
I'm too busy to speak right now.
And here is another example of a side quest that we can complete by speaking with Captain Kells.
A moment, Paladin. We have squires in need of training. They're young recruits. They need a good example to follow, someone to emulate. I realize the mission is simple on the surface, but you'd be helping to secure the Brotherhood's future.
I'm happy to help out.
Good. The squire will have the location. He'll meet you on the ground. I trust you'll show him how we get things done.
Now we'll go visit the Railroad. Do note that in order to stay on good terms with them, you must have issued an evacuation order during the final invasion of the Institute.
Well, if it isn't the General of the Minutemen, the destroyer of the Institute, liberator of the synths, My only regret is we couldn't have been there when you did it.
Did the synths make it out okay?
Yes. And no. We got the synths out of the Institute, but the news isn't all good. Hate runs deep in the Commonwealth. A hatred of everything to do with the Institute. A hatred of synths. When people realized what was happening, we mobilized quickly and rescued most of the synths. But there were casualties.
They hated synths enough to just murder them?
Only a few hated synths enough to murder them while they were defenseless. But a hell of a lot of the Commonwealth despised them enough to let it happen. But most of the synths are safe. For now, at least. Our safe houses are bursting with synths. If you're up for it, we could use your help in smuggling them out of the Commonwealth. But even if you don't, everyone in the Railroad owes you a tremendous debt.
Just as an example of a side quest that we can still complete, let's speak with Dr. Carrington.
Rescuing synths is what I do.
I figured you'd say something like that. Once you liberate the synth, give them this care package. It'll direct them to Bunker Hill for processing. They may wind up at your Mercer safe house. That's the only safe house that isn't well past maximum capacity. Good luck.
I also have a guide for Ballistic Weave, which you can get before or after this ending. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. Now I will go over my recommendations for what to do before leaving the Institute. First, I recommend unlocking X688's companion perk. I also recommend checking the highest floor above the cafeteria section of the Institute for a magazine.
From what I hear, that rogue
Once you reach the highest level, go into this room, go left into the balcony, and you'll be able to find the magazine on the table.
Future is taking root right here.
Bingo.
I also recommend checking the armor and weapons vendor to see if there's anything you'd like to buy before leaving the Institute.
Welcome. Do you require additional supplies?
I'll take a look, sure.
I also want to remind you to pick up Virgil's FEV serum. The door here will be locked. And you will find the FEV serum here. As you can see, helping Virgil find his FEV serum in the Institute will allow us to speak with Captain Kells and gain this helmet.
You've earned my respect, Paladin. Not many can say that. Carry on, brother. Ad Victoriam.
Now I will take you through the process of getting banished from the Institute. The simplest method is to kill any uniquely named Institute scientist.
Prepare to be terminated.
The second method is much more complicated, and I will take you through the entire process. After completing Mankind Redefined, an Institute quest, you will then receive Mass Fusion. Speak with Ali Fillmore as I do here.
Busy day for you, isn't it? Well, it's about to get busier. You're going to lead this operation, I'm told.
After speaking with her, you will have the option to inform the Brotherhood of Steel. At this point, it is imperative that you have not yet completed Blind Betrayal, or else you will not be able to speak with Proctor Ingram and inform the Brotherhood of Steel. After speaking with Proctor Ingram, we will then begin Spoils of War.
Are we going to fly? Roger that, Scabbard. We have clearance for release. You might want to hang on, sir. The drop can be a little rough.
Never could get used to flying in these things.
have some important work to do, if you'll excuse me.
After completing Spoils of War, we will then attend to a quest called Burning Cover.
Bad news. They kicked me out of the Institute. I can't get back in.
After speaking with Desdemona, we will then have to talk to Preston. But before that, let's complete Blind Betrayal first. Completing Blind Betrayal will then allow you to maximize your relationship level with Dance and unlock his companion perk. Now we can go to Preston and complete Burning Cover. Because we're now banished from the Institute, we will now also start Defend the Castle. If you haven't yet set up enough settlements, you may receive form ranks before this.
Hey, I've got something a bit different for you. Our scouts have found a promising spot for a new settlement.
Hey there.
Is there something you need?
I need your help to attack the Institute.
The Institute? Why in the world would you want to mess around with them?
They kidnapped my son.
Damn. That's some bad business. Even for them. The Minutemen will stand beside you, General. There's no question about that.
If you work, you eat. It's as simple as that.
Glad you made it in time, General. I guess we're about to find out if these new Minutemen really have what it takes. We've seen a lot of those Institute crow things sniffing around. Looks like they're getting ready to try to take us out.
After completing Defend the Castle, we can then talk to Preston and Sturges to begin the nuclear option. And this will eventually lead us to our ending. I will leave additional notes as well as links to related videos in the description below. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know and I'll do my best to help.